I used to think I had to fix everything about myself. My thoughts, my moods, even how I breathed. There was always some new method, some voice saying, "You could be better, if only." And I believed it. Until one day, I didn't. This is a reflection on letting go of the need to constantly improve, on stepping outside of the endless project of becoming, and into the quiet truth that you're already enough. There's a whole culture built on the idea that we're not quite there yet, that we must hustle to heal, that growth should look like a perfectly upward line. But what if that's not true? What if you're not broken? What if you're just alive? I don't mean giving up. I mean suffering. Letting the pressure ease, whispering to yourself, maybe I'm not a problem to solve. Maybe I'm a person to embrace. Nature doesn't try to become more natural. It doesn't force itself into blooming. It rests. It pauses. It adapts. A crooked tree isn't trying to straighten. It just grows toward the light. Some mornings I wake up full of fire. Other days, I can barely get out of bed. For a long time, I thought something was wrong. Like I should always feel the same. Always be productive, focused, consistent. But then I started paying attention to nature, to the tide, the moon, the seasons. Nothing stays the same, not even the sky. So when I feel foggy or uninspired, I remind myself this is not failure. It's just a different season. Even the trees go bare. Even the rivers slow. Even the sun disappears. And we welcome the dark like a breath. Sometimes the mind gets noisy, telling stories like, "You should be calmer by now. You should be healed already. You should be better." But I've learned the more I resist what I'm feeling, the louder it gets. And when I finally sat beside it, like an old friend I've misunderstood, the noise begins to soften. Not because I fixed it, but because I stopped fighting it. We live in a world where productivity is the measure of worth, where rest has to be earned, where your value is tied to what you do, not who you are. This wasn't always the same. There was a time when life moved with the rhythm of the land. Work followed the sun. Rest followed the harvest. But then came the factory, the calendar, the constant output. And slowly, we learned to feel guilty for slowing down. Now even rest has become a performance. Even healing has become a checklist. Even mindfulness has become a goal. But nature doesn't hustle. It doesn't optimize. It doesn't ask for permission to pause. Neither should you. I used to think presence meant perfection. No thoughts, no distractions, just an endless golden moment. But that idea only made me feel worse. Every time my mind wandered, I felt like I was failing at peace. Until I realized presence isn't something to win. It's something to notice. It's not about silencing the mind. It's about meeting it. Noticing the chaos without needing to clean it up. Even when I'm anxious, even when I'm tired, even when my mind is buzzing, That too is presence. Noticing and staying kind. You don't have to be Zen. You just have to be here. Sometimes the most healing thing I can do is cancel my plans. Take a slow walk. Cry without explanation. Laugh when nothing makes sense. No goals, no 5-year plan. No affirmations, no becoming. Just being real. Winter looks empty, but underground roots are deepening. Rest is happening. Integration is happening. Maybe you're not stuck. Maybe you're composting. Maybe what feels like stillness is transformation. You don't have to be fixed to be whole. You don't need to earn rest with achievement. You are not behind. You're not too much. You are not a machine. You're not a brand. You are not a project. You are a living thing. Let yourself move in cycles. Let yourself have seasons. Let yourself be crooked, blooming, bare, becoming. You don't need more tools, just more tenderness. So if you're tired of improving, optimizing, pushing, stop. Let this be your permission to soften, to come home to yourself as you are. Because who you already are in this moment is quietly, profoundly enough.